Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel review anything and everything. And today I'm doing an update on my Razor Crest engines upgrade that I did before, because I mentioned in the video there were some parts that I were waiting on, because what happened was I didn't think that they would fit, so I didn't order them based on the way the size are described on Pick-a-Brick, and then they finally came in. So that is these bricks right here, and on it, it says 3 by 3 by 1. And what throws you off is that this is actually, if you stretch this out straight, like, you know, as like a straight brick, this would be 4 studs long. So it should say 4, but it doesn't say that. And I think that's the reason why it threw me off. But then I was able to get it after the fact. So we are going to end up doing that. And I have some of the extra bundle of pieces. If you go to look back at that video, I had some extra bundle of pieces that I had bought for this project. So we're gonna switch things up a little bit. So I'm gonna change the angle a little bit, so we're kind of aiming a little more downward, so that way you guys can kind of see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Okay guys, so the first thing we're gonna do is obviously pull these engines off. And I actually really like the way that they came out here, like I mentioned in that video. One thing that's gonna change though is once I put these pieces on, the benefit is I'm gonna get a lot more depth here. So this is gonna be more recessed, the black area, which I think is gonna look nice. But the negative is I actually like this pattern that's formed from bulking it up to get this high. Now I did that with the extra plates, so it could kind of mimic the height of this, because this is going to be above one of those plates like that. So it's going to actually be a little taller, but nonetheless, this was to mimic that, you know, that bulbousness of the front of the engine past this gray part, so that way it would stick out. And like I said, if that's all like you were going to do it as, I'd be fine just staying just like this. But since I have the pieces, I'm going to utilize them. So the first things first is I'm going to pull this out here. And so one thing that I'm going to end up doing is this right here is going to end up just staying normal as that goes on. So nothing there has to be changed. If you look back at that video I did, I grabbed these 2 black pieces here, and I want to say, I can't remember exactly, but I want to say that I know I got one of them from the core set. I think I got both of them from the core set, because I know I couldn't find these black pieces on Pick-a-Brick. All they had was these green ones, which is why I have them. So what we're gonna do is take both of these, which came with the set now normally, and I'm going to, so I thought I was gonna end up having to use these, because these were the ones I was able to buy if I needed black. But fortunately, since there's 2 of these black ones, that's great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the green underneath. That's what I originally bought them for, because then they're not going to be seen. So we're going to take them, we're going to put them down here like that, because these are never going to get seen. So that's why I can use those. And I'm glad the set comes with 2 black ones, because these ones will get seen. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take these pieces off here. And I would probably normally need a separator, but in this case I don't need to separate the black, because I'm going to use that as my base. So I'll take this one off, and I'll take this one off too. And like I said, I already know that I'm going to end up liking that side profile a little bit better. What I'm going to end up doing is leaving that other engine up, so that way we can see both at the same time. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. A little hard with that. So you can see here I had 3 of these stacked. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to place this on here. Let's make sure that it lines up correctly. And there we go. Now, obviously, after the fact, we're going to end up sliding this in there. Now, I've seen videos where they switch this one out for black, when I mentioned that in my original video. But if you don't mind just elongating the front area, you don't have to switch out. You can use this base original yellow one, and I recommend that, so you don't have to buy the other one, and it also gives you more depth. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start building these up on the side. Sorry, wrong ones. these ones, build them up on the side, and this is going to give it that depth that I wanted. Now, one thing that I said before, they didn't have those like circular plates, flat plates available on Lego Pick-a-Brick, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Even though these have the studs, it's not a big deal because once they're recessed, you're going to see them less, even though, as I showed you in that engine over there, I don't mind it. It's not that big of a deal. But here we go. Let me give some room so I can fit my hands right here because these engines are actually pretty deep. So yeah, and then I'm gonna put this one on here now. So it reaches somewhat of the height up to here. Now this is a good height right here because when I look at this one here, it fits, this is probably like a plate higher. Let me take this engine out and then that way it'd be a little bit easier for us. So you can see here that the engine sticks out just a little bit and here it doesn't. So I might end up doing something to extend that a little bit more because I do like the idea of that piece of the engine coming out a little bit more. So I can do that with this black piece here that I have. Now this is extra, so I don't think it makes a big difference. You don't have to do that. This does compromise the stability of this a little bit, but it's not going to be touched, so it's not that big of a deal. But you can see it right there. So now this extends a little bit past the lip area, just like that one does, which is cool. And then we're going to throw this inside here and just slap that on there, and then we are all good. Now, why do I feel that that is protruding even more? And I don't know why. Yeah, so that doesn't look right. So now I'm going to end up having to take that piece out, that one that I just added, because it's protruding too much. And I don't like that. And so when this goes in here, I don't understand why that's happening. This is like it's like it was, oh, that's why. This can't penetrate that hole. There you go. That's why that's happening. Okay. So it is what it is. This is not going to be able to have that where it comes out. It's fine. It's not a big deal, but yeah, the difference is, see, these ones are sitting on top of the layer of the plates. So that's why it's able to do that. This one's going to be a little bit more recessed, but it's fine. So I'm going to slide that one back inside there. And I'm going to slide this one back in just so we can get an idea to see both at the same time. And I just want you guys to take a look and see what are your thoughts on that right there. I like the newer setup. For the depth, the only thing I will say I like a little better with this was that pattern that I showed you right there. But other than that, we are going to switch the other ones out as well now. All right, we have that other one done. So we're just gonna slap this in. We'll make sure they're all locked in real good. And there we go. So that is the newer engine setup. I like it. I like it. I think either one looks good, but what this one does is it gives that depth. So the engine looks, you know, very, just it gives that sense of, you know, the deepness of it. And then you can't really see the studs. So it eliminates that where me not having the just want to make sure that was all good. Me not having the, what do you call it again? Wait a minute, does this spin? I don't know why the studs on here don't look aligned, and I don't know really why, but it shouldn't be a big deal. But anyway, my point is this eliminates seeing the studs on the black plates, so that's no longer like an issue as well, because it's so deep. It's really hard to see that, and I really like it. I know I don't have the extra pieces like how they do in the newer engines of the newer Razor Crest, where they put like these two little pieces on the side, but that's fine. I still think that it came out, it looks really good. It looks very smooth. But I really did like the other way as well. So, I mean, I want you guys to put in the comments down below, which one do you like? Do you like these ones better than the way I had it before? I will say, like I said before, I did like that kind of pattern of those triple pieces from the plates lining up there. Something about it I thought looked cool, but beyond that, I think that this is like really cool. So anyway, you guys, as always, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video.